Let's talk about your company and your business here now. Can you talk about some of the plans that you have here?
ABC Fitness Connection, the reason I really love what we do, and people believe being a business owner is very easy, and it's not, it's really hard. But the rewards that you get is knowing that you're doing something that you love. And I love what we're doing and getting generations healthy. And I look at it as we giving people the opportunity to have generational health, not wealth, generational health. Because if I can get that parent or that mother or that father or that grandmother healthy, then they'll be here for years to come. And not only will they be here for years to come, they'll be here healthy for years to come. So with what we do, we're active in the community. We don't just operate out of the four walls of our fitness facility. We'll go to wherever you want us to go. If your community wants to have a boot camp, if you get us 10 people that's committed to it out of that community, we'll come and do a boot camp right in your community. If you want us to come to your business establishment, say for instance Toyota, we'll go to Toyota and do a wellness presentation. We'll go there and do a boot camp. We'll go there and do personal training. We're not confined to the walls of our facility, a brick and mortar. One of the other ones that I'm really proud of, we've been at Springdale now, I would say about 6 years. We go out and we educate one group on, we focus on rotation, movement, flexibility with one group that's immobile. So it's people that's confined to wheelchairs. They may have partial paralysis. They may have joints and limbs that's missing. And then we focus on the other group that are mobile, but we have different exercises for each one of those groups to do. And we've been doing that for about 6 years and counting because we really love them. And it's amazing how people in that situation, they just appreciate you just for being there. It's no, what can you do for me? It's not any of those things. When you come in, their face light up. And they just appreciate you just for being there. And it's just one of the amazing things in the world to be able to give back to the residents of Springdale. One of the other things that we love that we do is I go into the school's career day, or whenever they need me there, I don't mind going and I do Zumba. I talk to them about nutrition. I talk to them how their plate should look, educate them about how to read the label, self-esteem. We go and educate about bullying. And I just love not being boxed into what I can do and what we can't do. And as a business owner, we get that opportunity to mold ourselves to what our community need and what they want and what we can do to get our families healthy.
You said nutrition. Can you talk about
Nutrition.
Yes. Can you talk about the difference between nutrition and the medical route and medicine, if you can?
Nutrition for me, I would say nutrition is because, like I said, our business is ABC Fitness Connection, and it's Anointed Body of Christ. So what we educate is portions. We educate on being able to translate what the label has on it. So versus you just grabbing something to eat it, we say mindful eating. We educate about going into your kitchen and cleaning out all of those things that has names and words on it that you can't even pronounce. We educate about meal planning and how to be able to eat healthy on a budget. We educate about how you can prepare a meal and it can make 2 or 3 meals from that one preparation that you did probably on that Sunday or whenever you decide that you want to prepare your meals. We educate about exercising, and that's why I said we find out what your medical issues are so we can come up with routines that's conducive to what your abilities are. Not that we're using it as a crunch, because we try to tell people we're not looking for something you can say, on this arm, I have not enough time. On this arm, I have a medical issue, and then you use it as a paralysis so that you don't do the things that you should be doing. So now when you come from a medical point of view, how can I talk from a medical? A medical, I'm really mindful of the medical aspect of it. And I don't know if you've seen those commercials that it'll say, this helps out with high blood pressure, but it may cause bowel movement, uncontrollable drooling. You may not be able to sleep. You can't drive a car. You may have had some numbness in your toes. It may decrease the circulation of your blood. You may have a headache. You may have slurred vision. I mean, so it's helping out with one thing, but now if you listen, it's leading to 10 or 15 other issues. So you just have to be mindful of the medications that you're taking if you need the medications and some of the chronic diseases, exercising, watching what you're eating, mindful eating, changing your and I don't like to say diet, but changing what you're eating, how much you're eating, and just getting up and moving. It helps out with diabetes. It helps out with high blood pressure. It helps out with some heart diseases. It helps out with some cancers. So you'll be surprised with just a little bit of exercise. It goes a long ways. When you look at us as children, and I know I'm outdating myself, we didn't have as much technology as we have today. I remember growing up, and it wasn't called exercise. It was going outside to play. Red light, green light, go. You rode your big wheel, you rode your bike, you ran outside, you raced, you played football, you played tag. You played outside for, I would say, at least on the weekend from sun up to sundown. If it was school, you played outside till the street lights came on. So we played, we exercised, we did double dutch, we did jump rope. Now the children aren't getting that much exercise. The obesity rate has tremendously increased. It's gone up anywhere from 50 to 60% of our youth are obese. A lot of our adults are obese. So we've superseded being overweight to being obese. So exercise goes a long ways. And when you look at it from a medical realm, okay, it's easy to take a pill, but it's easy to exercise. And you may be a little sore in the beginning. You may be a little discouraged in the beginning because you feel as though you're not able to do to the capability that you would like to, but that's where strength comes in. That's where determination comes in. That's where consistency comes in. And then when you apply all of those things and you remove the excuses, then that's where progress comes in. So you just have to stick to it and not give up.
Okay. And I hear you talk about diabetes and heart failure and all that kind of stuff, which is very prevalent in the Black community.
Yes.
Can you talk on the connection with the community and diabetes and I guess with food and all that kind of stuff and how we can try to reverse that with nutrition and all that kind of stuff within the Black community?
Within the Black community, we had a movement. And I'm not a subject matter expert. I'm going off of what I've seen over the years. And it was a movement to women being being happy with who they are. And I appreciated that movement. And that movement was the curvy movement. And I tell people it's a difference between FAT, which is excess fat, and it's a difference between PHAT, which is a woman that's just got it going on in all the right places. And you want to be mindful of FAT and PHAT. So both of them is fat, but it's fat in a different way. So when you had the curvy movement, women wanted to be happy with being a size 12 or 13 or 14 or 15 or 16, even up to the 20s. And women are beautiful. And I believe that why can't we be healthy at the same time? Don't get the PHAT mixed up with the FAT. Now, if you're obese and you're overweight and you have some medical issues, FAT is not PHAT. It's fat. And you need to do something to get healthy. And you may lose, what is it? And I'm trying to be politically correct in how I'm saying it. You may lose a couple of inches around the waist or in the rear and things of that nature, but you'll be healthy. The attention that you get it don't have to come from man. The attention that you want, it comes from you when you look in the mirror and you're genuinely happy with who you are and what you are and accomplishments you've made. So when I go back to the Black community, one, we had the movement with the curvy movement, and that movement was there. And then you're looking at a lack of resources in our community. A lack of resources is people not believing that they should go to the doctor like they should. Once a year for your annual, your dentist is every 6 months, making sure you're getting your mammogram and your colon checked, making sure that if you don't feel well, go to the doctor to find out what is going on, what that issue may be. Sometimes, and because I've lost a cousin a couple of years ago to colon cancer is 90% preventable if you catch it in time. But he ignored all of the signs as just a stomach pain or I just don't feel well. And by the time he went, it was already too late. So don't ignore the signs. Go and get your prostate. Go get, and it may be a little uncomfortable feeling, but it's a moment in time where you can go and get medical attention on a potential issue and you can catch it before it becomes a stage 2 or 3 or 4. So I would say get to the doctor, and if the resources aren't there, learn what's available. You do have Medicaid and Medicare and different resources out there to get the medical coverage that you need. And then the third one would be generational, because I don't know, some people may say that my ancestors aren't slaves, but my family is from the South, and they did with what they had to make a meal. So like chitlins, bacon, greasy bacon, different parts of the pig, different parts of the cow. Those are the things that we grew up with because our families did what they knew to do. And I had made a conscious decision when I noticed that I would have blackouts and I felt dizzy whenever I ate pork. That became something that I noticed because I paid attention to my body whenever I ate pork. So I decided that I needed to stop eating pork because it was causing an adverse issue with my body.
What was the time in which you noticed a difference in what your body was doing from stop eating pork? When did you notice?
Almost immediately when I decided that I wanted to stop eating pork, and then not too far behind that, I think about 3 years later, it was beef. When I decided that I wanted to do that, it was amazing how my body responded to my decision. So with the curvy movement, and then you had the lack of resources, and then you have the things that our family teaches us. And there's a lot of information on the internet, or you can get with a fitness trainer or a personal trainer to learn the tools on how to meal plan and things of that nature. I think that those are the 3 things that's in our community that's causing a heightened diabetes, high blood pressure, which can lead to hypertension, cancers. So those are the things that's plaguing our community because of those 3 things that are the legs on the chair that's preventing us from being able to remove those bad legs and put some new ones on it so we can get to those resources for health coverage, so we can get to the doctor when we should and go during those time frames. You'd be amazed how an eye doctor can tell if you're a recipient or if you have some type of cancers, and you can tell that just from going to the eye doctor. So if we go into those appointments and stuff like we should, I believe that early detection is going to be one of those things that help us as one of those preventative measures that we can be able to target those things.